Give me a smile. Hi guys, welcome back to the Nina Ear Show. I know all the time for the next maybe 2 months or so we're going to be talking a lot about marriages, family, and so on. And then we're going to get into some other topics, but that's just how I'm going to start off this year with this series. And so I've been promising you for a while that I'm going to have my, I want to say better half, but that won't be accurate. I was promising all along that I'll have my husband on the show, and so he's been promising me all along too that he will come on the show, but his life is really busy. Our lives are busy, but his even more busy. So finally he is here, so help me welcome my husband. He is the bishop, yes, but for the sake of this I'm going to be calling him Andre. Okay, so help me welcome Bishop Andre Thomas to the Nina Ear Show. So welcome to the Nina Ear Show.
It's awesome to be here. You have an amazing show.
Thank you.
You touch the lives of countless people.
Thank you.
It's great to be on the show with you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So I know that is something that we talk about. We've spoken about it several times about you coming on the show. And even though this first segment, we're gonna have like maybe I think 3 to 4 segments with us. But what I wanted for you especially to be on the show is to be able to share, you know, through our relationship and our dynamics to help others. So I don't want it to just be, you know, talking everything about me or about you, but in a way to mention it and to talk about it to help others.
Sure.
So if you can, tell us, even though I know the story, tell us how we met. Not the long story, the short one. Like, for example, I remember obviously before you met me, you were on the romantic shelf. If you can probably explain in a nutshell what it means to be on the romantic shelf so people understand that they can follow the story. In this first segment, guys, we're going to talk about how we met, and you know, it's going to be all about our relationship, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, all about our relationship, our dynamic. Yes?
Okay, wow. Well, the first thing I'm going to share is that I was anointed but romantically frustrated.
I like that.
The anointing can be on your life, but you can have failure and frustrations in other areas of your life. And the reason for that is that though I was anointed, I had a pulpit anointing, I loved God, I did not understand the laws of God concerning choosing a spouse.
Yes. I chose wrongly. Now I always prayed, I always sought God. Yeah.
But there were laws that I did not understand. So to
what
really,
were some of those laws?
Yes. Yeah. So to begin with, so we'll go back. I am in the nation of St. Lucia. And I am in deep pain because I'm frustrated.
Yes. And this is romantic pain you're referring to?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm in romantic pain. I'm preaching the word. I'm prophesying. I'm ministering to people.
Yes.
Signs, wonders, and miracles. But in the romantic area of my life, it's in total disarray and chaos. Not because I want it to be that way.
Yes.
But that is the reality, and I have great pain about it. So I go before the Lord, and I believe I must have been fasting. And on this day, God came to answer my prayer, and to cure me of my romantic ignorance. Now there are people who may know this innately. There's some things in life in which if you are gifted in that area, you intrinsically and innately know laws that govern production in that area.
Yes.
Like, so I have seen you, the way you have worked with the media, and you don't have any formal media training, but you intuitively and instinctively understand laws that govern media production.
Yes.
Because of the gift on the inside of you. Now there's some people, they intuitively understand romance. I did it.
You didn't. Okay, so you were on the shelf for a bit, and then tell us about when the day before you met me. Sorry, the same day actually. So you were on the shelf, and I'm sure you understood by what he said that he was on the romantic shelf, meaning no dating, nothing, just on the shelf, nothing, just waiting on the Lord. I guess because of the hurts and the pains from the past relationships and so on. So take us now to the day you actually met me.
Okay, there I met you. I was at the restaurant called Chauffette.
Barbados.
Yes, which is in Barbados, in Broad Street. I'd come to Barbados for a week, and I was having a cheeseburger, and I was actually thinking about my romantic choices in the past, and I was meditating on what God had told me in an encounter. He had told me in this encounter that happened when I was in St. Lucia. He took me in a vision and he showed me, he said, men of God like you make mistakes when it comes to choosing spouses. I said, men of God like me make mistakes? He says, many men of God make mistakes in choosing spouses. I said, what's the mistake? He said, you choose a woman because she is spiritually attractive.
What's wrong with that?
Physically attractive.
What's wrong with that too?
And destiny compatible. And I said, Lord, what is wrong with that? Now spiritual attractive means that she has spiritual hunger.
Yes.
She has a hunger for God. Right? She wants God. And I said, Lord. And then the Lord told me, he said, when I'm choosing a wife for somebody, I choose the wife based on the jurisdiction I have assigned the man of God to.
What does that mean, the jurisdiction?
The actual location.
No, I know because I know a story, but for those
location,
who...
yes, the actual location. So, example, my life and my destiny is going to rotate around the Caribbean and also North America. So that's where I'm going to move and live.
Yes.
The Lord would not send me a wife whose assignment is in China.
Right.
And my assignment is in here because our location.
Right.
So the Lord took me in a vision, and I saw that if I had those choices, those three,
go ahead.
Okay, which is spiritual attractive, physically attractive, and also destiny compatible, which is what I used to choose.
Yes.
That if it was based on that, I had a vision, and he showed me that I would choose, there would be 33 women that I would have access to choose from.
Wait, I didn't know this part.
Yes.
Wait, what?
Yes, 33 women.
Why am I finding this out now? wait, hold on.
Wait, the headlight.
So wait, you were saying to me that prior to meeting me, the Lord told you there were about 33 women.
If I went by that criteria.
Your criteria.
Yeah. Which I normally would go with.
Oh, so if you went with your criteria, not the one that God gave you.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
okay.
there will be about 33 women.
So there are many options if we go by our own criteria.
Yes.
Okay.
And these were all women who were destiny compatible. They were actually spiritually hungry, and they're physically attractive to me.
Right.
And they all would be in the area of Caribbean.
Yes.
And so they all would be able to live where I lived and so on and so forth.
Yes.
And then the Lord said,
only 33.
Yes. And then the Lord said, he said, but wise men of God do not choose like that. Wise men of God choose women that are, he said, spiritually attractive.
I'm going to write them down for you guys.
And then he said, mentally attractive, emotionally attractive, physically attractive, and destiny compatible.
So 5 areas.
So the difference was mentally attractive and emotionally attractive, which is the soul of the woman.
Wow.
So which is the soul of the woman. So he said, wise men consider not just the spirit of the woman, not just the body of the woman, not just the destiny of the woman, but they consider the soul of a woman. Because as a woman thinketh, so she is. She's not what God programmed in her spirit.
Right.
She's not what she looks like in her body. She is not her hunger for God. She is as she thinks.
Wow, that's deep. Wow.
And so the Lord said, by me.
So if you could expand a bit more on that. I mean, I want to get into so many other things to do with us, but as I said before, as we share, I want it to be able to help people, because I've heard the story many times, multiple times, a lot of us, but in my spirit today, I was asking the Lord how to go about it. And that's one of the things that came in spirit. I don't just want to be our story, because we can take a long time with that as well, and it's beautiful. But to help so many people, because what you said, a lot of people actually don't know this.
Yes.
So you can go through what it means to be the first one, and I'm going to list them as well. So this will be like segment 1, episode 1 or whatever.
Yes.
So the first one you said that was spiritual hunger.
Which is spiritually attractive.
Spiritually
The person
attractive.
has a hunger for God.
Which is a hunger for God.
Yes. And so they themselves want God and want His will.
Yes. So they must want God and wants God's will for their life.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So we have people who have that.
Yes. Yes. And then number 2 would be physically attractive.
Physically attractive. Yeah.
Okay. And then number 3.
And that's like obviously the exterior.
Yeah, exterior. And then number 3 would be destiny compatible. They're compatible, with your destiny.
Yes.
Okay, which means like I am a prophet, I'm an apostle, and I do ministry, and I'm also a businessman. So the wife, it would not work for me to have a wife who is an electrical engineer.
But why?
Because our destinies are not compatible. I actually would require a wife that we can do our mission together.
That's you, but I'm saying
not everybody, because for me, my kind of mission requires that, because that type of wife, because I actually require a wife who is gifted to serve in the temple. So
this is you, but would that criteria fit all prophets?
No.
Right, and even if it's a non-ministerial person,
yes,
does all of this.
When a person is actually within a man of God, this is a very good question.
Right.
Now, there are 3 professions that if people are in the profession, particularly if they're men or even women, the type of people that they marry need to be genetically wired for that type of marriage, or the marriage becomes stressful.
Right.
And the 3 professions are,
we got to write these things down.
The 3 professions are military. If you are married to a military man, particularly America, England, where they actually fight, okay? Your husband, there's
so
a
you mean an actual military man, not one who's just rough?
Yes, no.
I'm just kidding.
An actually man.
You're not corny.
Yes, I know. No one who has pretend military. One who actually is in the army, who will be deployed.
Right.
Like a husband who's part of special forces. So the woman who you have to be genetically wired to be able to marry such a man, and you're proud of the mission that he does for the country, and you back him and support him.
Right. And I see what you're saying.
So that type of woman, or you are married to a man who actually works in the Navy, and he is gone for you every year 4 or 5 months, for years and years, because he's on the ship. But that's fine with you, because you're what? You're genetically wired for that type of marriage. So those types of marriages require a special type of man or a woman, because it could be the other way as well.
Yes.
Then you also have, the next would be like a political wife or political husband, where your name, you're going to be attacked.
Yeah.
you're going to be, people are going to start to dig dirt about
I see
you.
where the emotional stability
Yes, yes,
comes
yes,
in here,
yes,
because
yes.
if you're not strong there,
Strong enough.
that relationship was scattered.
Absolutely. Okay, because
Yeah.
they're going to go after you. They're going to attack you.
Yes, absolutely.
Right?
Oh,
they're going to
Lord.
have prying eyes.
Yes.
People are going to want to get you. People are going
Absolutely.
to track. So you need a particular type of wife or particular type of husband who's genetically wired for that type of stress. You with me? It's the same thing for the front lines of ministry.
Yes.
So for the front line of ministry, you actually need a person who's genetically wired
The front line.
for the front line of ministries to operate in that type of environment.
But what about housewives?
No, a woman could be a housewife, but she's genetically wired to be married
match.
to that kind of man
Yes.
and deal with and protect his assignment,
Right.
walk in that type of place.
You said something that's really important there that just hit my spirit. To protect the assignment.
Yes.
Which is key in all marriages. Doesn't
Yes.
matter
Yes.
front line, back line,
Yes,
center
yes,
line.
yes.
The idea is to be able to protect that assignment,
yes.
because people look at it as, oh, it's a marriage, but really it is an assignment from
Yes,
God.
yes, yes.
So that is really key what you said
Yes,
there.
yes.
So that's really important.
Yes.
Did we miss a point in that one, or we mentioned all three?
So that's three.
Number
now,
three.
Now what
You
God
said military, state, political, and frontline
and also spiritual leadership.
spiritual leadership. Okay.
Yeah, okay, those three. Now, and in terms of military, it also involves, you can extend it to any type of profession where doing it puts the person's life in danger.
Yeah.
Where they risk their lives
Yes.
for other people.
Yes.
They put in harm's way.
Yes.
And you need a wife or husband who is proud of what you do,
Yes.
protects what you do,
Yes.
and knows every day you go, you may not come back
Yes.
because of the type of job that you do,
Yes.
but they are content with that because they're wired for that, if you understand. Now, so those are the three. Now, going back to what I'd shared. So, I chose because of those three, and God added the other two. Okay, which is mentally attractive, which means that you think accurately, that you have a paradigm, you have a mental map that matches reality, that your mental map doesn't become the enemy for the marriage, that your mental map, the way you think, because the Bible says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so you say. So you are not your potential. The way you manifest on the earth, you are not going to be, let me explain this way. You see this chair? Okay, this chair is actually going to only be one thing,
Yes.
a chair.
Chair.
Now, because the chair only has a body, the chair does not have what? A mind and emotions.
Soul, emotions.
Yeah. Now, if the chair had mind and emotions, the chair, I'm a fan.
The chair could say, get up off of me right
Yes,
now.
yes. Right. And so the chair can actually decide, I'm not a chair, even though it's made to be a chair, and say, I am a fan. And so what happens, right, the chair would then behave according to what it thinks it is.
That's right.
Which is what the Bible says, as a man thinketh.
So is he.
So God could make you a wonderful singer, and you think that your voice is terrible, and you come down to that level. So what he was telling me, he said the soul of a woman, her mind and her emotions actually are going to determine the quality of the marriage.
Wow.
And he says, when you choose, you don't consider that. Because he says, a
You
woman...
never, that's what you say,
No,
you never
yeah,
did it.
I didn't consider that.
I think most people don't, really.
Yeah,
So.
because he said that the woman could be spiritually attractive if she wants God, could be physically attractive, could be destiny compatible, and emotionally and mentally ugly.
Whoa.
And I said, wow. And
That
I
would
said,
definitely defile the marriage.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what he showed me. And then the amazing thing he showed me, he said, if you choose like that, then there are only two women you can choose from. And there
Only
were
two?
Two women. So I was told
Only two? You mean uno, dos?
Yes.
1, 2?
Only two.
Really?
And
I didn't know that.
So I was taking
Of
the
course I
spirit,
did.
and I saw two women One lived in Brazil.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about that right now.
Yeah, and so he was giving me the detail.
I'm just toying
and
with
I
you.
know one lived in Brazil, and she spoke Portuguese, which and
But
then
we
the
know that
other
one wasn't for you because you're learning a second language
I'm
right
not
now.
learning a second language. And
The only
other
second
one
language you're gonna learn is Nina.
is Nina. And Nina is the second language.
I'm telling you, it is the second language. You could say Nina, which is girl in Spanish.
Okay, and so when you show that to me, now the second woman was you, which is the woman that was in Barbados.
So in this whole wide world, you're saying that there are only 2 women? You mean at this season of your life?
There are only 2 women because these are the only 2 women that were compatible to my, who had all those 5 things, who were assigned to the geographical location I was in. That God had assigned me to.
Geographical, we have to remember these things.
Yes,
I need to.
Yes, the geographical location.
Guys, geographical is important.
Location.
Yes, well, I gotta put these as points.
The geographic, because he said he chooses based on geographical location. So because destiny is what? Locational. He told Abraham, go to the land that I will show you. So your greatness, your destiny is tied to a geographical location.
Wow. So that's why sometimes we have relationships where people, men or women, they leave. Say for example, we here in Barbados, they leave Barbados, travel to Japan and say, oh, my husband is there, but maybe that's not where the husband is.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's on their, it's their decision. It was not a decision made by pleading with God or seeking God, and he said, you know, yes, move there. And because he knows that geographically, their spouse is there, the person's spouse is there, the person's destiny is tied to Japan, which is possible. But did himself, heard somebody mention some great things about Japan and decide, you know what, I want to go there. And then, so that this thing is really about destiny, because just like that, you can get such a major setback.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you'll never be able to fulfill.
Absolutely.
You might be able to have a what people consider a good life by having material things, but the destiny that God intended for you will not be fulfilled.
Absolutely.
So that is really, really key, really, really important. I think we should end it because we want to keep the videos really short. So guys, I'm sure there's a lot in there. That's why I wanted him here. This man is like an entire vessel of sweet information, wisdom. Oh my goodness. So definitely I'm going to have you share on the second segment, third and fourth. So you see why it must go to 4, because I don't want the videos to be too long. I want you to watch, I want you to learn, and you're still going to hear about us, because I'm going to intertwine, you know, our life, how we met and so forth, and I will take you from then and bring you all the way up to now. So I will take you from the past to present, so you won't miss a beat, okay? So we will see you in the next video. That will be part 2. We love you. God bless you. Thank you so much for being here, babes. Give me a smile. And oh my goodness, look at your lips. So guys, excellence is a choice, and in all you do, aim for.
Choose excellence.
Hey, if my husband did not say excellence, what a big fight we will have after this show. Because it would mean that he's not watching my show, right? I mean, come on, everybody that watches the show know that's how it ends.
Choose excellence.
Choose excellence. Hey, but I know that you watch my show. Thank you.